Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Griffin, also known as the Delivery Boy, and I don't know. I got this video idea, just about. I wanted to show you guys my CD collection because I don't know. I feel like it's important to kind of show off, like, have pieces of physical media that you can show off to your friends and stuff, or even strangers on the internet. But yeah, so basically the way it's set up is I actually have a two-tier system of my CDs. So it's like the bottom half, the half that I'm going to be talking about up here, is like the CDs that I would actually listen to and like play in the car and stuff. And then the stuff on the top is the sample CDs, CD, like mostly $1 CDs. Like there's probably not a CD up there that I haven't paid more than like $5 for, right? Um, and so those CDs I just buy because I'm like, oh, I could sample this. And I mean, I do like them and enjoy them, but I'm mostly just like, they have cool synth sounds or melodies or whatever, blah, 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 blah. So maybe someday later when I've used them a lot more, because I do have a lot, but honestly, I haven't sampled that many yet. So maybe when I sample them more and stuff, I can go over that too. But today we're just going to be talking about the bottom shelf and all the fun memories attached to these albums. So, sorry, I had to focus back in. So the first series of CDs I got here are the Bjork CDs. So Bjork is awesome. I actually have a really awesome poster of Bjork outside in the living room. Maybe I'll get some footage of that. But I've only got 3 of the first 4 Bjork albums, which I think are her best. Granted, I haven't listened to everything else yet. But I remember it all started with this one right here, Vespertine. Sorry, trying to get a good Vespertine right here. Bang, bang. Also, it's got this really gross cover, but it's got this kind of cool thing on the back there, so that's kind of neat. Also, no title on the side here. No title at all on the side. But this is my first and favorite Bjork album right here. I think that the harmonies and everything are just really goated. I love the song It's Not Up to You. I find a lot of comfort in trying not to worry about the things that I don't have control over, right? So there's this period in my life where for like a week I was afraid of dying in like middle school or whatever, and it was like every night couldn't go to sleep, whatever, because I was just so afraid. I was like, oh my God, what happens when we die? What happens when we die? And then I don't really remember when, but one day I was just like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like everybody's gonna die. I have no control over it. Like it's just gonna happen. So why worry about it if it's if there's nothing I can do about it? I mean, you can't do something, but you know what I'm saying. Like you can't do something to stop yourself from dying, right? Because everybody dies. So I don't know. Something like It's Not Up to You kind of helps me remember, like, not everything can be kind of, I don't know. You just can't, like, it's not always up to you. It's not up to you. Sometimes it's up to outside forces, and you can only react. You can only change your own actions. You can't force other people to change their reactions, type shit. So then the second one was, this is the second one I picked up, I think. Or no, this was the first one that I picked up physically. I went to a half-price bookstore. I don't think I have the receipt in here. Oh, I do. I try to keep the receipts because, I don't know, it's fun to see where I pick up random things at. So we got the receipt right here. Half-price bookstore. Bada boom! 2023. Oh my God. That's crazy. It feels so, like, long ago. It was almost like 2 years ago on the dot. This is 9/12. That's crazy. So yeah, I saw this. I was at Half Price Books, which are usually outside in the suburbs, and I was with my friend Tom. And there were actually 2 copies of this there. There was just the one, and then we were kind of like, oh man, who's gonna get it? Like I kind of wanted, he kind of wanted it, but then we found two. So I got one and he got one. This album is really fun. Bjork always has amazing visuals, and that's why, one of the reasons she's the GOAT. Look at this typeface. This is like every, Y2K revamp streetwear. They're biting this shit right here. This is what they're biting. Also amazing album cover again. All the little details in here. And I don't know. There's something about the post office as well included in this. Like I think there might be envelopes or stamps or something in the background. God damn, this fucking reflection. I can't fully remember. Hyper Ballad's one of the best songs. Also, Spike Jonze did the It's Oh So Quiet music video, track 4. And that's a really awesome music video. I had a bit of a Spike Jonze phase. We'll get into that a little bit more. I want to talk about like Dinosaur Jr. and shit. And then the last one is Homogenic Hyoga, one of the greatest songs ever made. Track 2, you can see my reflection. Track 2, one of the greatest songs ever made. Also, really scary album cover. Not my favorite, but pop off, queen. But yeah, this one's also great. This one's just more harsher and abrasive electronic sound, which I'm not always like super into, but I mean, this is still, fantastic album. So I just love Vespertine more because I love harmonies and less strings and stuff like that more. So I like that one more, but still, like I said, Yoga, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. One of the best songs ever, like ever made ever. Not even just Bjork, just like ever. And then I got a little bit of a special treat here. Last in the Bjork collection, we got the Army of Me CD, single CD. So I haven't even listened to this because I think the disc is a little scuffed. Let me see. It's not as bad as I thought. It does have like little scratches and stuff, but honestly, it's not that bad. But the reason I picked this up is because the art is fantastic. So obviously the cover, right? And then you got this on the back, looking a little funky, a little weird. And then you open it up. Beautiful. Oh. Just flung out the booklet. So you open it up, and it's got beautiful CD with that kind of post lettering, which I mean makes sense because this came out on post. But yeah, beautiful logo, beautiful just like pink and white color, and then this crazy. Sorry, I have it flipped. I have it mirrored, so I'm trying to. But anyways, you got this crazy Astro Boy design here, like just so odd and like it's kind of ugly, but it's kind of dope at the same time. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on in the background here. Is just all the little Bjork Astro Boys going on. So yeah, I just picked this up because it was $1, and I was like, this is awesome. Also, this is crazy. Is that not so dope? This little mini poster. It's like one of the toughest things about this is when they put it in the little posters with the CD. Part of me is like, oh man, I really want to hang that up. And then part of me is like, no, I got to keep it all together. But those are all my Bjork CDs. Let's see what's next. So up next, we got all the Brockhampton CDs. Yes, I was a Brockhampton kid. You can kind of, it's cool to hate Brockhampton now, but like 2017 to like, I don't know, whenever they broke up or whatever the fuck. It's kind of sick. So honestly, I have Roadrunner because I bought the t-shirt box set. Honestly, the t-shirt came in and it was like, I bought an XL and it was like huge. So it's just kind of a bedroom romp around t-shirt. Also, this album, I haven't really listened to it like since it came out. That's the thing with Brockhampton, at least right now. Is I haven't really re-listened to their stuff because I don't know. It's just such a weird thing with that. It's like with like that and like Flower Boy, that 2017 era of music. It just kind of like it was so strong when it came in, and then it just kind of fizzled out. And I don't really fully understand that, but it's an interesting phenomenon. So this haven't really listened to since it came out, but the Buzzcut music video, that was super super dope, super awesome. Chain On featuring JPEG Mafia. Actually, the technical difficulties version, I like that version so much more. And then what was the one song? I think I'll Take You On. I really, really, really loved that song because it was just so like fun and dancey and all that. Like just super, I don't know, just great. And that was like Neptune's production, or it was just Hugo, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. And then we got The Family. Speaking about sick cover arts, it's pretty sick. People hate on this album, and honestly, I feel like this is, I mean, I guess because it was somewhat recent, but I feel like this album gets a lot of hate for no fucking reason. Because they're like, oh, it's a Brockhampton album, but it's just Kevin Abstract. Like, bro, that's the point. Like, that's the whole point. And I mean, there's also Bareface on production, so dickhead. No, but I feel like the whole point of it is like, Kevin was seen as like the leader of the group, and now he's the last one there because he caused a lot of, the drama and shit. And then, he's like, he is Brockhampton, like he's not Brockhampton, but he is the, the poster child of Brockhampton. So it's fitting that when everything is falling apart, he's the guy that's there. Also, the production on this is great, really awesome. Like, this is such a like bittersweet, like saying goodbye to like nostalgia type of shit, like when you're like growing up and you got that sort of teen angsty, like it's kind of like giving like coming of age vibes, like it's kind of like that a little bit. Yeah, Any Way You Want Me, great song, absolutely great song. It's crazy because all of these other songs are very like, heavily rap inspired, right? Like the production and everything, and it's fun, and some Kanye vibes and stuff like that, and just summertime 2000s, like just fun. Well, like fun, but with a hint of sad. And then you have Any Way You Want Me, which is like a 1950s kind of Roy Orbison kind of sad vibe. Like, I made like a playlist called like Drunk in the Ballroom, and it's just these like all these 50 songs, like big time Roy Orbison songs that are just like it came out during this specific time, and they have this heavy reverb and just this like touch of like melancholy to it. And Any Way You Want Me fits into that category, and it's just so crazy because on this project with all this like high energy rap production, they sneak this in here, and it's like, how the fuck do you get that to blend? I don't know, but it blends really good, and it's a really good song. Like, I feel like that's the song I will, if I don't ever come back to any of the other songs on this album, I'm coming back to that one for sure. And then I got the Brockhampton Saturation box set. But, Brockhampton was the Saturation trilogy. How do I do this? When Saturation came out, it was just kind of crazy. There was nothing really comparable to it. This is a large group of young creatives who met on the internet and stuff. Like, I don't know how many of you know, but people drove to Reddit in droves, myself included, to be like, we're going to be the next Brockhampton, blah, 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 blah. And actually, I was a part of a band, and I still talk to these guys semi-frequently, called Guest List. And we made one album, a really shitty mixtape, and a couple EPs all over the internet. So we were heavily inspired by Brockhampton. If you want to listen to the album, you definitely should. It's called When the Light of the Moon Hits the Shore, a little bit of self-promo. But anyways, yeah, so these guys, the Saturation trilogy is just kind of crazy, especially the music videos. They turned out so many, like just so many, and they all kind of had their own like unique vibe to them, which was super cool. And they were just like having fun. It was super like low budget. Like you'd look at them and you'd be like, this is cool. And also like, I feel like I can do this, right? Like y'all are like, you're just having fun and it looks sick. And like, I want to do this and I can do this. You just need a camera, literally any camera, and you can do it. I saw the saturation documentary that's in here like 3-4 times. It was just super inspirational to a young me. And then also, I actually didn't get this box set when it first came out. I bought it from a record store that I got fired from. And actually, the reason I'm going in here is because there's a fun little bit of history in here. Shit. So it's actually signed by Kevin Abstract himself. So the story behind this, I don't know when it was. This had to be like, this is either like right after the pandemic or right before the pandemic. I'm going to probably say closer to before because that feels right. But anyways, it was like Lollapalooza time. And there was this random fucking event at Avondale Music Hall. And it was like Zach Bia was having a DJ set, and for some reason Kevin Abstract was included. I don't really fully remember, but I went there, and for some reason I was like, oh, let me bring this because I'm going to get it signed. And I had no clue how the fuck I was going to get it signed. I had no idea. So I went there, and it's a little DJ set. It was like whatever, right? Like it wasn't anything super crazy, It was just, I think it was just Zach Bia, like, or somebody playing songs, and they were just standing on the stage while people were like walking around vibing, whatever. And there was like there's like a bunch of people from Lala on the stage, like kind of like minor acts, like, Kevin was up there for sure, obviously, and then like Glaive, and those were like the only two people I recognized. Like Cole Bennett was there, but whatever. So all these people were on the stage, and it like, it started off, it was only Zach Bia and Kevin, whatever, and then it kind of gradually grew. And I was like, how the fuck, why are there so many people on the stage? And wasn't that person like in the crowd and shit? And what I had noticed is that the security was insanely lax. So people were just walking to like the side of the stage and walking up the stairs and just walking up on the stage. Like it wasn't like super quick or anything, but like if you have an eye for it, like you would be like, oh shit, they just literally came from the crowd and like walked up there. Like it was no big deal. So I was like, okay, well, like I'm gonna do that, right? So I went up there, I took this up there, slowly made my way to Kevin, being a nervous little, 20-year-old or whatever the fuck. And I was like, hi, can I hug you? So I hugged him, and then I pulled this out, and I was like, can you actually sign this too? And he was like, yeah, totally. And he signed it and everything. And then I just walked off because I didn't want to take up any more of his time. I probably could have talked to him for a little bit longer, probably should have. But yeah, I don't know. I went up there, got a hug, got that signed. So that was really impactful for a 20-year-old me. So yeah, I don't know. Brockhampton, Saturation Trilogy, just very impactful to me. And without it, maybe would have not even ever got into music, because I never would have went online and posted on Reddit and been like, hey, he wants to join a group, and then join in with the group guest list, and then, make all the music that we made. So, I don't know. Shout out Brockhampton. Alrighty. So up next, we got Cage the Elephant. Thank you. Happy birthday. This one I actually did not buy, and this one I got from my friend Pete. Pete actually gave me a lot of these CDs. This album in particular, Honestly, I'm kind of looking at the track list. I don't really have any specific memories with this album in particular. I do remember Shake Me Down. Shake Me Down. That was, you know, that song was definitely in rotation a lot. But Cage the Elephant in general just kind of reminds me of like high school. When me and my friends would drive around in the car and just like listen to Cage the Elephant and like go to Walmart and Denny's and shit. It's just like this and like 21 Pilots and shit. Like that's just what we listened to as like teens, in a small town or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe at some point re-listen to this and uh, see what's up with all these other songs. But yeah, Cage the Elephant. This one, I mean, what can I say about it that hasn't been said, already, especially because it's so recent, and this era like just ended for Charlie or whatever. But this is what got me into Charlie XCX was this album because I always heard her name and I was just like, I don't know, nothing's ever like crossed the threshold for me. That's what I use a lot. I use that term a lot when I'm talking about music because it's like, I don't know, it's like music. There's so much music and it's like most of it is good music. It's like the threshold, there has to be a threshold that's reached for me. And I guess that's just personal taste. I'm just kind of like wording it like a preppy douchebag, right? It's just personal taste, I guess, really is what it comes down to. It's the threshold of personal taste, right? I guess I never really did like a deep dive, right? But none of her songs ever really went through that threshold of taste for me. But I was like, you know what? Charlie XCX is good. Let me listen to this. Let me give it a taste. And my God, did I love it. I thought this album was spectacular, just like everybody else did. Um, great music, great production, And this actually inspired me to go back and listen to her other stuff too. After this, I got really into Pop 2. Pop 2 is a great album. Definitely recommend that. If you haven't listened to it and you like Brat. Very, it's like more pop. I mean, it's pop, I guess, right? It's more poppy, but still very electronic. It's not as like clubby as this, right? So it's not as like heavy bass and stuff, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, Brat, great album. Also, Still Sealed. It's not gonna stay like that forever, but I don't know. I'm kind of doing this thing where it's like I keep the CD sealed until I want to pop it in the CD player, and then it's like then break the seal or whatever. But for the moment, I don't know. Maybe it just stays sealed forever, and then it's worth $100 million. I don't fucking know, but I'm just keeping it sealed. And this one I actually bought from Reckless, like very, very soon after it came out. So there you can see I paid 14 smackers. I mean, I guess technically 15 smackers, but yeah. So Charlie XCX Brat, really good album, really good marketing as well. Yeah, shout out Charlie. Common, like water for chocolate. So this is another one I haven't fully listened to, but I think I just picked it up at like a thrift store or something. There's no receipt. I think I picked it up for real cheap at like a thrift store. Sometimes I do that, if it's like, oh, I'll probably like this album. Because although I haven't listened to a lot of Common, I know that Jay Dilla did a lot of the beats on this. And, love Jay Dilla. Jay Dilla's fantastic, amazing. Especially Nag Champa. I've heard that beat. Wonderful beat. I love that beat. I've probably tried to rap over it myself, right? I got really into Jay Dilla when I read the Jay Dilla book, Dilla Time. Great book, like super great book. For some reason, I can't read like any books, but when it comes to like biography books about people that I mess with, like it's done. Like the Jay Dilla book, I went through like crazy, and then the Jeanette McCurdy biography, I also went through like crazy for some reason. Those two books, yeah. But yeah, Jay Dilla, amazing production. I love Nag Champa. So at some point, I will give this a listen and listen to all the delicious goodness. This one is one of the most recent pickups, Frankie Cosmo's Zentropy. Really great album. I had listened to Frankie Cosmos in high school, just a couple songs, and then within the past like year or two, I had really gotten into her more and listened to Next Thing because those were the songs that I like knew the most. And then my friend Micah played this for me one time, um, and I was just like, "Yo, this is fire! Like I like this a lot. It's short, it's sweet. Like this, I don't think this is more than like 30, 40 minutes, right?" Claro likes it. She posted this on her story one time, so all you Claro heads better listen to this. But I don't know. It's just like a really good like I don't know. It's just like a charming little sad little album, you know? Like it's very much gives me kind of like Juno vibes, right? You know, it's kind of that same kind of energy. I don't know. It's just like catchy. The songs are just like really catchy, and they're just like that kind of basic like teenage relatable stuff. Like I don't know, just like I'm the kind of girl buses splash with rain. Like that gets stuck in my head all the time. It's so catchy. Oh my god, I was so wrong. It's literally 17 minutes long. This project is not even 30 minutes long. So it's literally less than 20 minutes. But still, great pickup. I got this also still sealed because, I got it recently. Haven't played it yet. But I got this. Polyvinyl had like a $5 CD sale or whatever. And I think it went down to $1, so I probably could have got this for like $8. But I wanted to pick it up for $5. So it was really cool. And I don't know if it's still going on, but it was a bunch of CDs from like a bunch of indie artists on the Polyvinyl website, $5 CDs, $1 CDs. And I think maybe there was even some vinyl. I don't know. But this was the one that I picked up because, it's fun. Next, we got Dinosaur Jr., Where You Been? Love this album. Oh, it has bonus tracks on it. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I haven't listened to this on CD yet, but I listened to it a lot on streaming. Also, great cover art. Love Dinosaur Jr.'s cover art. So fun. But yeah, Start Chopping. Great song. Also saw Dinosaur Jr. very recently, like a week or two ago, so that was super fun. But the reason I got into them is because I don't know if you guys are like this, but I go through phases, right? Where I like to consume my art kind of in phases. So during this phase, the Dinosaur Jr. phase, I was really into Spike Lee. I mean, god damn it, I keep doing that. Spike Jonze. I was really into Spike Jonze. I think I had watched like a Vice, one of those Vice things, the like epically latered or whatever it's called. I think I watched one of those. Yeah. So I think I watched one of those, and it was about Spike Jonze, and I was like, damn, like I knew he had a connection to skating from like Jackass and stuff, right? Watching Jackass growing up. And I knew he did like Her and stuff. So I knew he was in skating and film and stuff, right? But I was curious after the epically later thing, so I did a deep dive. I think I watched Video Days, and I don't remember if Video Days was the one. One of them I think had like a Dinosaur Jr. song, probably something off like their very first album or whatever. You're Living All Over Me, I think. I think actually it might have been the Cure cover. I don't remember. But one of the skate videos had a Dinosaur Jr. song. I was like, yo, I fuck with this. And then I was going through Spike Jonze. I keep wanting to say Spike Lee. Spike Jonze, like, filmography. And I saw that. I know for sure he did the Feel the Pain music video. And there might have been, like, another one. So eventually that led me to this. And then the album with the deer on it that Feel the Pain is from. I listened to those two, like, back to back exclusively, and then I listened to the Cure cover because that was fun. And also we had at work we had a Dinosaur Jr. Greatest Hits CD, so I played that a lot too. But yeah, Dinosaur Jr. great little rock group with a little bit of distortion, noise, fun 90s band. If for some reason you don't know about them, we got Fall Out Boy, Infinity on High, So this album I didn't listen to as much as From Under the Cork Tree, but I got this CD because one of my friends just had it sitting around, and I just asked him. I was like, "Yo, do you like want this? Like, can I take this?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead and take it." And I mean, Fall Out Boy classic. This ain't a scene, it's an arm race. Classic song. I'm Like a Lawyer. That's a really good song too. I think those are the two. Yeah, I think those are the two that I really like from this album. But yeah, I mean, the great thing about collecting CDs is that people don't fucking want them. People don't want them, and they're very cheap, at least for right now. So I just a lot of these CDs I've just gotten from like asking friends, just like, hey, can I take this? And they're just like, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Green Day, American Idiot, classic. I think this is another album I got from my friend that I picked up from my friend Pete. So I mean, classic. This was like, this is like one of the first albums. Well, here, let me talk about this one too. Dookie, which is fantastic, one of the best albums, one of my favorite albums ever. Actually, both of my parents bought me a copy of this album. Like, if that doesn't say something about me, then I don't know what will, right? Great album. Love this album forever. And then American Idiot. Because these two albums were like some of the first albums I like ever remember like listening to, like ever. Like Green Day, my dad put on an MP3 player. My first ever MP3, probably my first and only MP3 player ever. He put this on there, and I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, just like so fun. And I don't know, it was just the first music I ever heard. So this laid the foundation for everything. This and Dookie. I'm definitely more of a Dookie guy because, damn, don't clip that. But because I don't know, just because it's more like punk and it's more like raw and just like amateurish and like more emotional and stuff, Whereas, American Idiot feels very theatrical and I don't know, just like polished and stuff like that, So I really just like the noise. And I mean, I remember going through this and just like going through this booklet like crazy. Because the fun thing about this booklet is they all have these little like drawings in them, and they have all the lyrics over there. So I would sit there, this is peak CD listening to. Like, this is the peak way to listen to a CD, right? You're sitting there, you got to play it on your boombox or speaker or whatever the fuck, and then the lyrics are printed inside of a fun little booklet, and then you can look through and you can learn, all your favorite words and shit, Like, this is why physical media and shit is important. I have so many memories of looking through these and just like, they're so awesome. Like, this is so sick, is it not? I don't know. This is one of the things that we lost in streaming, It's just like, if you really love an album or something, you have to buy it physically, because then you can, you can see you get more stuff, more content or whatever the fuck. It's like you buy a movie and you watch the special features on it. You buy a CD, you flip through the booklets. Like, you just interact with the piece of art in such a special way, right? And then they have these fun little pictures of them on the back. Like, they're so cute. Look at them. They're so cute, Also, another one of the greatest album covers ever. My giant fucking fingers are in the way. But yeah, just like looking at this, if it'll focus. Hello. I don't know. But just like looking at this and you just notice like so many new little details all the time. Um, Also, fun fact, I think the guy who did this cover did Vince Staples' FM cover. So, Vince Staples is extremely tapped in. Um, but yeah, just fantastic album, very foundational to me as a human being. Shout out Green Day. Oh god. All right. So, this Green Day album, this was like the last thing that I was like, well, not the last. I guess I listened to like Uno Dos Tres or whatever. That's where I fell off. I stopped listening to them then. But this, when did this come out? 2009. So I was like 8. So yeah, I was still messing with this heavy. This one it's kind of closer to that American Idiot kind of style. They were probably, I think this probably came like right after, right? Maybe not. I don't know. But this definitely feels like American Idiot-esque, right? The big song on here, 21 Guns, absolutely took over my whole world as like an 8-year-old. I was like, 21 Guns is the best song ever. And actually, I had but I started learning how to play the drums when I was like 7, or I wanted to do it when I was 7, 8. I was learning how to play the drums, right? And I had just switched drum teachers because the last drum teacher was an asshole to little old me. And at this new place, where I was learning how to play the drums, they actually had these like student-led jamborees like every once in a while. And after the end of like my first or second session or whatever, like learning how to play the drums, my first or second session of learning how to play the drums, the teacher asked me, and he was like, Griffin, we have like a drum jamboree, not a drum jam. We have a jamboree going on in like 2-3 weeks. If you want to learn, like, if you want to like pick a song, we could probably like slot you in, right? And my mom was looking at me and she was like, because she knew I was like a shy little kid, and she was like, you don't have to do this, Griffin, if you don't want to do it. And I just looked at her, I was like, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna do it. So I did, and within those few weeks, I learned, whatever the drum part was for 21 Guns, I don't even remember now. But I learned that part, played it on the drums, and it was at like a coffee shop or something. Because I think, honestly, I think that was the first one that they ever did. That was like I think that was like the first one they ever did. So we did it at a coffee shop. And yeah, I played 21 Guns and it was epic. I do have 2 DVDs of me playing the drums. Not of 21 Guns, but at separate other jamborees. I have 2 DVDs of that. They're right up here. I could get them, but, my Scientology tapes are above them. I have Dianetics on cassette tape and some Scientology Blu-ray. Yeah, whatever. They're sitting on top of the drum jamboree videos. So yeah. So let's talk about this one, Jamiroquai. Traveling without moving. $1. Must be a thrift store find. So Jamiroquai, a lot of people, I don't know. He's an interesting artist because like everyone's seen the Virtual Insanity music video, but I don't know if anyone could tell you when they saw it or who it's by, unless you know Jamiroquai, right? So it's got a really interesting presence because he's also got the song in Napoleon Dynamite, which I couldn't even remember the name. I just looked it up. It's Canned Heat, when he's like dancing, right? And like I'm sure a lot of people know that song from the movie, and I guess it's in other movies as well. But it's like nobody could probably tell you who it was made by, which is crazy because Jamiroquai is good. Like he's really good. Like this album, I think this is the only album that I've like listened to front to back, but it's just like funky, just like jamming, just like nice, sick grooves, and it just like makes you want to like shake your ass a little bit, you know? I know Tyler the Creator was gushing on him for a while, and maybe more people got into him because of that, and you know, that probably got me to listen to like check him out a little bit, right? But yeah, I don't know. If you see a Jamiroquai CD in like a thrift store or a dollar section, do yourself a favor, pick it up and listen to it, because it's some of the like funkiest, grooviest stuff like ever. It's just fun. Like it's just fun ass music, right? And also, I love this little guy that he like uses, his little logo. That's such a good design. Like that's such a good character design. So yeah, listen to some Jamiroquai. All right. I turned on the light because it's a little gloomy outside, so the lighting was getting a little dark. Anyways, let's talk more about the CDs, shall we? So here we've got Jay-Z Linkin Park Collision Course, which is a short little EP that combines Jay-Z songs with Linkin Park songs. And I guess this was like a MTV sponsored thing. I think I looked it up and there was like one or two other ones. Like this was a very short-lived thing, but this is definitely the most popular for sure. But the reason that I have this is because the record store I work at, you know, a lot of stuff, people sell a lot of stuff. They bring a lot of stuff in on trade. So this one somebody brought in and was trying to trade, and it was missing one of the discs. This is only the DVD. They do not have the CD because it's it's a CD DVD combo. I think the CD went over here. So yeah, it was missing the CD, and then my manager was like, he like threw it in the trash, and like, you know, our trash is just like scrap paper and stuff. So I picked it up and I was like, "Are you just gonna toss this?" And he was like, "Yeah, I mean, it just has the DVD." And I was like, "I mean, I'll take it. I mean, why not? You know, it's a free DVD. It's got, let me see. So it's a performance. I watched it once. I think you can honestly like, you might be able to like get the songs off the DVD. I don't remember. I put it in once. I watched the little clip that was on here. Says so it was one performance in 2004 at the Roxy Theater. And then there was like a little bit of documentary stuff going on, like a little bit of Jay-Z, like Chester Bennington, Mike Shinoda, I don't know. There's a little bit of interaction between Jay-Z and Linkin Park. So yeah, it's also just, yeah, like this is just honestly like surprisingly really solid. Like, what is it? I think track 3 and 4 are like the best ones, if it'll focus. Yeah, the Gigawatt to Faint and then Numb to Encore. Those ones are really good, and honestly probably I would say still hold up. They definitely got like that new metal thing going on, but it works really well, and it's very like energetic and like fun. And I think this EP's on like streaming and stuff, so I mean like definitely like check it out for sure, because it's fun. It's a fun little energetic little thing. All right, Mac Miller. Actually I got 2 Mac Miller albums, but we'll talk about this one first. So Mac Miller was like the first rapper that I found on my own. It was like him and Tyler. I found them at like the same time in like 8th grade or whatever. I don't know. I mean, Tyler was from Loiter Squad. I don't really know how Mac came through. Maybe like Pandora. I listened to a lot of Pandora radio. But basically, a lot of the songs off this album was like the soundtrack to like 8th grade. Blue Slide Park, Party on 5th Ave. Yeah, just pretty much this whole album, to be honest. I listened to like a lot. this and like the little EPs he had out at the time. Um, it's just so interesting because like, I mean, I guess I watched a lot of MTV music videos in the morning. So like Chitty Bang and like Hoodie Allen and stuff were like the people that they were playing, and then Mac Miller kind of fit into that group. And I don't know, I always just liked him more than like everybody else, you know? Like he just had, I don't know, he just had more interesting music than like everybody else. I don't really listen to this album as much anymore, but 8th grade me was so in love. And it's interesting now because it's like this album and like his earlier stuff has almost made like a resurgence. Like it's like most people who listen to Mac Miller for some reason either listen to like this and Kids, or they're more on like the Swimming Circles kind of end of things. I mean, or they listen whatever. But those are like the 4 projects that people listen to like the most, which is so interesting because it doesn't really match like my view of Mac. Like, I mean, it does because like obviously he made them, right? But nobody really knows about like this, right? Watching movies with the sound off. This album was, I mean, is awesome. Like this album is so sick. This is the perfect like late night, like trippy psychedelic rap album. Like this is like, I've never really heard another album that has the vibe quite as like this, you know? Like also iconic cover, like genius placement. Like this is so funny. But yeah, people don't talk about this album enough. This album is so good. Like some of Mac's bars on here are kind of weak and like whatever. Like the like on track 2, Avian, when he's like, "There's a bird in the sky, look at him fly. Why? Like that's kind of like, okay, that's whatever. That's kind of silly, goofy, haha. But I don't know, just like the production on this is so great, and it's just like that perfect like late night psychedelic vibe. Like I'm like, I think I like Faces more, but this is like number 2 for me in Mac's discography. Like this is so nice. Like Somebody Do Something, crazy fly low beat. Like that's one of the craziest fly low beats like I've ever heard. And I remember Mac had a reality TV show. I don't know how many of you guys know this, but he had a reality TV show. I think it was a season, maybe 2 seasons. And on it, he like had a whole episode dedicated to the Somebody Do Something music video. And I don't really remember the music video too much. I think it was kind of cool, but I mean the song is phenomenal, and that's probably how I got into like this album. There's like high energy songs, but there's also a lot of melancholic songs on here too. Like Euphoria is still like amazing. Love that song. And honestly, it's even kind of a precursor for like Swimming in Circles and stuff. Like it kind of shows, you know, how he could go into that. Also great features from Earl, from Absol, from Action Bronson. Like yeah, just a really, really good album. If you have not listened to this album, you need to, because it's the perfect late night psychedelic like vibe album. Just all right. Next, we got this Legend by Bob Marley. Let the white boy talk about Bob Marley. But yeah, I mean this, you know, I listened to a lot of this in 8th grade too, and I mean Bob Marley's just, you know, one of those classic songwriters who anyone could listen to at any time, you know, like you could put it on at any time. Like he's going to be remembered forever, right? Like he is like the guy. You know, and this is just one random collection of like his greatest songs, you know. In like middle school, this in like 8th grade, this was like everything to me. I was like, oh, this is so dope, because I had never heard, you know, like a reggae type of sound before, you know, because I was just a wee little baby. All I had listened to was like 90s alternative and Eminem. So this was just like a nice little like, I don't know, it was a good introduction into Bob Marley, and I really respect this album for that. It has all this cover art so many times on my little iPod Touch for, But yeah, just a great solid album, This one is kind of fun. I haven't listened to it a whole lot. I listened to it once or twice. I found this. Well, I don't know if this is the copy, but my first, I think it was my first trip to LA. We went to a Goodwill, and I found this in there, and I was like, "Oh, what is this? This looks kind of crazy. This looks kind of spooky." And when I picked it up, it had scratches in it. So I listened to it, and I think I got about halfway through, and I was like, "Oh, fuck! Like I can't. Like this is toast. This is toast. This is cooked." And then I think about a year ago, I found it some other thrift store, and with all of my wisdom and experience that I had gained since that moment, I looked at the disc, and the disc was fine. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just toss the old one and get this one. But unfortunately, since then, I haven't really listened to it. From what I remember, this is a electronic album, very fun electronic album, like kind of glitchy, if I remember correctly, like kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but I just remember it was electronic, and it was kind of glitchy, and I had never heard something like that. Like this was before I kind of got into like Aphex Twin and stuff, like everybody else. But yeah, really fun little album, and I feel like I've seen it in like a dollar bin like before as well. So if you see this thing floating around, pick it up, give it a listen. It's pretty solid. Well, speak of the devil, here it is again. This says Amoeba, but oh, you know what? This is probably the one. Well, I don't know. Well, I got 2 copies of the album, so there you go. This one says it's from Amoeba, but I have never been to Amoeba Records, which is pretty damn sad. I've been to LA 3 times and never been to Amoeba Records. Anyways, MF Doom, food. What can we say about this absolute gem that has not been said already? This is the only MF Doom album that I own at the moment. Well, actually, that's not true. I have Special Herbs Volume 6, I think, or something on vinyl. So I have that as well. But this is the only, the one with like vocals under MF Doom, like where he's rapping and stuff. And this album is just so, it's amazing. Like, what can I say that hasn't been said? But I prefer this over Mad Villainy, honestly. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. I just really love the theming on this. Like, it's so dope. All the songs are named after food, drinks, whatever, and it's just littered with like food references. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just an album about food, and I respect that so much. Like, it's just like got all the themes. Also, amazing cover. Like, this is such a fucking sick cover. The new cover that they made for the re-release, I'm sorry to say, is booty cheeks. It's ass. It's really bad. But this, classic, iconic. Like, you got the graffiti logo name, the graffiti logo for the title, like, perfect. And the cool thing about this is that it also has, also never seen this before, but that's sick. Love that. But it has a DVD with it as well. It's got a receipt. Let's see where I got this from. Also got this from Reckless Records. Reckless Records on Belmont, though. So yeah, it has this bonus DVD. Cool close-up of MF Doom's hand as well. But it's got this bonus DVD of like tour footage. So that's cool. Honestly, kind of surprised that I haven't looked at it yet. Maybe I'll do that once I finish this, because I do not have any internet at the moment. So, I am looking for media. But, yeah, I don't know. It's got that fun little DVD in it, and it was like $15, so I'm like, why not snag it? This is what I'm talking about, It's like you love the album, they give you a little bonus DVD that you can check out and see like the vibes and like what MF Doom was like thinking and going through and inspired by, like, that's sick. That's so sick. This album right here, this is a gem. This is a gem. This is one of the albums. It's Mum. Mum is the artist, called Finally We Are No One. This album is really fun. It's very like, it's like Minecraft vibes. Like if you love, little electronic like ambient little vibes going on in the background, like this is for you. This album is for you. I found this album because it's another album I found while working at the record shop. Because I would just throw in like random CDs. I'd like screen it on Apple Music and just see like, oh, I like this vibe. Let me put it in the mix today because I don't want to listen to the same like 3 REM albums. I'm sorry, I don't. So yeah, pick this up, and it's the perfect like work album, like so perfect, because all of these are instrumentals. There are vocals, but it's very minimal. It's like a mix of like Minecraft music with Sigur Rós. Like that is how I would describe this. I think that's the perfect vibe to describe this. Yeah, just great like vibe out, veg out music. Here's the inside. I think this band is Icelandic. I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, I want to say, oh yeah, they're definitely Icelandic. I'm looking at the second part of this shit. This is Icelandic. You see this shit? Oh look, does that say Sigur Rós right there? Whatever. It's Icelandic. All right. Can you see? It's Icelandic. All right. Trust me, it's Icelandic. Um, yeah, it does say Sigur Rós. That's so funny. But yeah, they are Icelandic, which is super fun because it's like Sigur Rós also Icelandic, Bjork also Icelandic, and there's something about Icelandic people, and they love their little like ambient, twinkly like electronic music. Like you could hear it in like Bjork stuff, like Frosty, I think it's called, or something. So yeah, you can hear it in like that, and like Mum music, Sigur Rós music. I don't know. There's something about them that just love the little twinkly, like ambient, like chill synths. And you know what? Like respect, because I love that too. Keep doing you, Iceland. So here we got Nas, Illmatic, classic. So this one, I actually never like had this on CD. This is another CD that I got from a friend. This one, I mean, actually, I don't think I've ever listened to it front to back looking at this track list, which is kind of crazy. I know. Sorry, don't shoot me. But I mean, New York State of Mind, probably greatest rap beat like ever, if not top 3 without a doubt. Life's a Bitch, great song. The World Is Yours, great song. Represent, shout out 2K, But yeah, this is just like the classic rap out. Like if someone was like wanted to get more into rap and they were just like an Eminem fan or whatever the fuck, I would be like, this is what you need to listen to, right? Because it is what you need to listen to. If you're a rap fan and you've never listened to like, New York State of Mind, like you fucked up big time. Nirvana, Insecticide. So I looked this up, and this is actually, I think Nirvana, like this is not like the record label was just like, we're going to put together an album or whatever the fuck. Like Nirvana did not have really like a say in this or something, or it was released after Kurt died or something like that. I can't fully remember exactly what it was. And my internet is shit, so I can't look it up. Don't come at me. And it's funny because this album, my eighth grade girlfriend gave to me as a gift. And then she texted me like 2 years later and it's like, hey, can I have that back? And I said, no. Sorry. I still got it though. So you can feel good about that. Love Polly, that's a great song. Aneurysm, that's a big song too. Also just one of the best like album, like this is such a good album cover. That's one of the reasons why I fuck with it so much. It's just this. And then for those who don't know, there's a rubber duck on the back. But yeah, this album cover is just like so haunting, so good. I mean, Nirvana has the best like album covers like ever. They're so good. So good. But yeah, Insecticide. We got Nirvana Unplugged, which is a album I picked up from Walmart, I believe. Because Walmart used to have these like $5 CD sections. And, you know, being from a small town, we get bored. Only place open 24/7 is Walmart. So we'd go to Walmart. And what we would do, this is like so fucking stupid, but we would go to the Walmart $5 CD bin. And, you know, obviously I would see if there's any good CDs. But they had like 20 copies of AC/DC Black Ice. And what me and my friends would do is we would grab every single copy of AC/DC Black Ice. No, it wasn't 20. It was probably like 40, 50, right? It was a lot. Because me and my friends would dig through and stack these things up. And what we would do is we'd take all of them and then we'd just cover the top of the CD bin with AC/DC Black Ice. So it looked like the whole thing was covered with AC/DC Black Ice. Such a stupid, like, that's such a high schooler thing to do. But, you know, when you're from a town with less than 1,000 people, you gotta make up shit to do, you know? Like a Walmart employee probably just came by and just like put their hand in it and swished it around and it was probably fine, right? But we were like, this is such an epic troll. We're so epic for this. But anyways, the $5 CD bin also yielded some really great finds sometime, like this, Nirvana Unplugged. I also used to have a copy of Red Hot Chili Peppers By the Way that I've somehow magically lost. And I bought that for $5 too. That was also a really good find. So I'm a little sad about that. But yeah, this album, really good. Honestly, don't hate me. Might be my favorite Nirvana album. Like it's just, I don't know, just something about it. Just like, Nevermind is probably like my favorite studio one. But I don't know. This is the one I've listened to front to back like so many times. Like it's just, I don't know. It's just good to like hear, you know, Kurt talk shit between songs and just like them being little goofs. And also just like, this is a beautiful like set, is it not? You know, I say that and I don't think I've ever seen like the actual like performance itself, like the actual video performance. This is sick though. They got a bunch of like little flowers and stuff and Kurt's in like an iconic cardigan. Hey camera. But Kurt's in like an iconic cardigan. Like this is so, I don't know. Yeah, this is a good album. Really good for $5 if you find it for $5. We got Outkast, Speakerbox, Love Below. Yeah, I mean, this is great. Great. I had a little bit of an Andre 3000 phase, like 4 years, I don't know, a while ago. I had an Andre 3000 phase. So obviously I listened to this, the whole thing in its entirety, not just the Andre 3000 side. But I'm going to talk about this side more because, I don't know, it's just the side that I listened to more when I was going through an Andre phase. Love Below is the Andre side. And it just, I don't know, like Hey Ya is on his side. And Hey Ya is maybe the greatest song I've ever heard, like maybe the greatest song to ever exist, because I've heard that song 1,000,000 trillion times and I would listen to it 1,000,000 trillion more. Like that song never gets old, which is insane because so many songs, you know, just kind of fall to the wayside. But not Hey Ya. I would listen to Hey Ya 1,000 times, 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000, another hit song, Great song. Funny story about Roses. All right. I used to hang out with this kid in high school, and he was one of the strangest people ever. Like, huge bug eyes. He's kind of like SpongeBob. I remember he like broke his arm and like the bone was sticking out, and he was just like laughing. Like, he wasn't like crying or like anything. He was just like laughing. And my friend was there, and he's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? And he like, I fell asleep at his house one time at like 2 or something. He was up at like 3, and he was like, I made pancakes. You want some pancakes? I'm like, what the fuck? No. I'm trying to, like, I fell asleep, bro. I'm tired. I don't want fucking pancakes. But anyways, so one time when I was hanging out with this kid, he played music off like a guitar amp. Like, literally a fucking like guitar amp. I don't remember exactly how he had it set up, but he would plug his phone in and the output would be into a guitar amp. So we were listening to music on his fucking guitar amp. I think I was on aux because I always was, because I'm goated. But yeah, I think I was on aux, and then his dad comes in, and his dad was pretty blasted off his ass, and he's like, you know what you guys should listen to? You should listen to that song. It's like, roses really smell like poo. That, like, look that one up, and you should play that. That's a good song. And me, I was like, being a high schooler, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? But I looked it up because, I always want to listen to music. So I was like, I don't know, maybe he's on to something. Maybe he's trying to put us on. So, of course, he was talking about Roses. And that was the first time I'd ever heard that song, was on a fucking shitty guitar amp from some random friend's dad who was drunk and just wanted to hear that shit. And I was like, this is a goofy ass song, but I like it. Like, this is like, I fuck with this, So shout out to you, drunk dad. Shout out to you, drunk dad and bug-eyed friend. Take Off Your Cool. Man, I love that song. Well, Take Off Your Cool and Prototype. Those two are great. Like, just, I'm a sucker for a good acoustic guitar lick. Like, if you've got a good acoustic guitar riff, like, I'll probably listen to it, Like, I'm sold. So yeah, just Take Off Your Cool and Prototype. Those are perfect, like, acoustic love song ballads. And I will listen to those two songs forever. I got Norah Jones on Take Off Your Cool, and she's just a perfect complimentary voice to Andre 3000. She's just so good. I must have put it up top or like sold it or something, but the Norah Jones album, I can't remember what it is. It's like the blue one with her face on it. Great album. What's the song? Don't Know Why. Good ass song. Good ass song. She's got a great voice, Like, we need to bring back just like people who made songs with just one acoustic guitar. They have a beautiful voice, and that's it. Like, bring that back. Please bring that back. Alrighty. I've taken a leak. I got the last stack. Here we go. So, first album up for discussion is Pink Panthers. First Pink Panthers album. To hell with it. Pink Panthers was just like, of course, this album is so freaking dark, dude. Can't even like see it. There we go. Okay. Pink Panthers is so good. She's so good. Like, I think she's incapable of making a bad song. With that being said, I did not listen to like her newest album just because I don't know. I don't have a good reason. I'm sorry. But this album, I listened to a lot. I didn't listen to the CD, like the CD version of it, but on streaming, I was going crazy. And actually, for those of you who are deep Griffin Delivery Boy heads, I did a little remix to Pain. It's on SoundCloud. But yeah, just like all of these songs on here, Pain, Must Apologize, Last Valentine's, Passion, just for the whole track list, and of course Break It Off as the bonus track. Like all of these songs are just so good, and they're just very like, you know, angsty teen moment, right? Like they're just very emotional, very good. This was also, strangely enough, and nobody really talks about this, but I feel like Pink Panthers was the first time where me and probably a lot of like Americans had started to look into like jungle and like break beats and stuff. Because I remember the first time I heard Break It Off, I was like, what the like I've never heard drums used in that way, you know? Like I never heard like, just because I never, the only electronic shit that I listened to was like Daft Punk and then like Skrillex, you know. I had like the Skrillex Bangarang album. Like that was like it, right? Like I was not listening to a lot of electronic music. So to hear a jungle break beat with someone singing over, I was like, oh, this has awoken something inside of me. And I think that's what caused such a big boom of like jungle and shit. It partly has to do with Pink Panthers. I believe that. I truly believe that, because I don't know where else did it come from if it didn't come from her. You know. All right. So this is actually the most recent pickup. I just picked this up yesterday, and this is one of the albums that I also listened to at a lot. I think these girls are French. I'm not 100% sure. But the reason I picked this up, it was a $1 CD, is because I love this song. Track 10, Bicyclette. So good. Like it's just like, I don't know. I just love the chorus. I love the way that they say bicyclette. Bicyclette, bicyclette, bicyclette. I don't know. Just something about that is good. And this is definitely more like a kind of like the Muffs kind of energy. So it's kind of that like a little punky, a little rocky, and then but it's also kind of like fun, right? So I think that's why I really like this, because I like the Muffs. We had the Muffs hamburger, I think, in the store. And I played that a few times, and yeah, I don't know, something about that is just really fun. But I mean, anytime you get like female vocals with like a punk kind of feel, like it's success in my eyes. Like it's always good. That kind of like Riot Girl kind of just, I don't know, punky raw, like angry girl shit. Like it's good. Like it's good. Women get angry. Get more angry with the music. Get angry. Get like fucking pissed off. Cause that sounds awesome. Yeah. And then we got this. This is crazy. This is one that I also got from the record store that I worked at, back to back. Technically, I think this one I did not buy from the record store because I don't know. It's just so good. Like it's like club music, but it's like lounge club. Like it's kind of like deep house, but without the drums. You know? Does that make sense? It's kind of that vibe. Like the two vibes on the back say it's 2 CDs. It's City Nights and After Hours. And I feel like those are perfect descriptors of this vibe. Like this is just perfect. Like, I mean, it's Playboy, right? So it's like, it's gonna be smooth and shit, you know? But it's just like a good, like the synths on here are so like nice and lush and like laid back. Like this is so good. But the reason I didn't buy it from the record store is because somebody else snagged it. It was like $5 CD. So I was so devastated. But I went on Discogs and I just picked up another copy for like the same price. I was like, I have to have this. Like this is such good, just like background vibe music. Like so sick. Like if there are more Playboy CDs, they need to be examined and they need to be purchased by me. Yes. So good. Definitely check it out. I think it's not on streaming, but I think it is on YouTube. So check it out for sure. Here, I'll give y'all some of the tracks. So if you can't find it on streaming, you can at least look up the tracks if it will focus. Perfect. So yeah, go ahead, look up one of those tracks. I'm trying to read backwards or whatever. The ones that I really like, that I remember, I like Sun Worshipper. That's a good one. Yeah, I would say if you're gonna check out a CD, definitely check out the second CD. Also, Thievery Corporation. I've heard of them, but I can't place a song. But yeah, check out the second CD of that. Really good. So this is Poe. The reason I picked this one up is because there's a J Dilla beat on here. And no, she's not rapping. It's trip hop, which is, yeah, crazy, right? A J Dilla trip hop beat. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's number 8, Fingertips. Yeah. And I would assume, I learned about this from the Dilla Time book, because like anytime they brought up like a track, I would like look it up on Apple Music. I was just like, I gotta hear this, at least like a little snippet of it. So I looked this up, and yeah, it's just like trip hop, which is crazy but also cool. I would assume Poe is also from like Detroit. I think that's probably how they linked up. Not 100% sure though. We may need to fact check that. But yeah, super cool J Dilla trip hop beat on this record right here. Also, Poe's, was it? I think the album that came out after this or something. I think that's pretty good too. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with her work, but she's cool. Definitely someone I would check out more and recommend other people to check out more if you're into like trip hop and stuff. And then yeah, the J Dilla beat. So pretty sick. So we got Puffy Ayumi. Nice. I snagged this one because it is not on streaming. See, that's another important thing about physical media is sometimes it's not always on the streaming services, Sometimes you got to dig. Most of the time it's on YouTube. So big ups for that. But, you can't always listen to stuff on YouTube. And then if it's not on YouTube, then you're really screwed because, you're never going to hear it. But this album, Puffy Ayumi, really good album. This is one that I also found at work. There was this one, and then there was one that was like $18. I think this was like $6. I was like, well, obviously I'm going to take the $6 one. But this was a good jam to always play in the mix. Puffy Ayumi, fun, female, like kind of punk rock, high energy, J-rock kind of vibes. Also, if you didn't know, they sung the Teen Titans theme, which is on here. If it'll focus. I don't know if it's going to focus. But yeah, you see it. It's the second to last one down there. Teen Titans theme. Yeah. Look at that shit. So yeah, they're goated. They're so goated. They're really, really good. I would love to check out some of their other music, but I don't think they have like a lot on streaming. So this is one of the few ways to listen to them. And this album is great. I need to listen to this like ASAP. This is really good. Really good. Sade. How do you say it? I don't know. I usually say Sade, but she has like the one album that's like pronounced Sade or whatever. Sorry, construction guys going crazy out there. But anyways, we got Sade, Best of Sade, and we also have Sade Love Deluxe. These two, Love Deluxe is like her actual like album, which is really good. Kiss of Life is on there. No Ordinary Love, Cherish the Day, great songs. But this is the album that I know the best of Sade, because it has all the hits on it, right? But this album was always played in the record store, and it was great because it's the one CD that like anybody could put in, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, like good pick," because like it's just like the perfect like vibe, like great catchy choruses, but like also laid back, but not laid back enough to where you're like falling asleep, Also just beautiful voice, beautiful production, beautiful woman. Like Sade is great. And I probably found her through like MF Doomsday, right? That's probably where I found her. But actually it's interesting because my mom had the Soldier of Love CD. So that would actually be the first time that I heard Sade. was from Soldier of Love and stuff. And I think she had a music video that was on MTV or something. So I saw that too. But I wouldn't like really, really, really get into her until I got into MF Doom and then heard Kiss of Life, and then it was, game over. It's just a testament to like how good the music is when, she's sampled in like a classic rap song, and it's a classic sample, classic song, and then you listen to the music and you're like, oh, but this is still good. Like, I want to listen to Sade, and I also want to listen to Doomsday. Like, they're two totally separate songs, two things that do extremely different things, both insanely beautiful, Because it's like sometimes there will be songs where it's like, once you hear the sample, it's like, well, I don't really want to listen to the song, right? But with Sade, it's not like that at all. Not at all. I would say another one that's like that is Imogen Heap. I need to get that album, Imogen Heap. I can't remember the name, but it's the one album, which is sampled by Clams Casino. But and in the fucking Jason Derulo song, what you say that, but that song is still great. Like, she's still, all of the songs on that album are still great, regardless of how many times they've been sampled. Like, so good. Anyways, next album, Sublime. Great. This is, another 8th grade middle school classic right here. I've listened to this whole album front to back, so many times. It's just, I don't know, just something magical about this. Like, there's not really another band that sounds like Sublime, and definitely not one that's done it as successfully. This beautiful picture of Brad, and then we got the little clown over here. Also, Willis Tower. What the fuck? Or Sears Tower. Sorry, I need to respect my roots. Yeah. I don't know if YouTube's gonna allow me to show this, because it's not showing anything. But, and then this is the backside cover of the CD. Honestly, like, great art. Like, honestly, like, great art, right? I don't know what the hell it is or what he's doing, but great art. But yeah, this album is just like, I don't know, like, it's gross a little bit, and it's like, a little like rough around the edges, but I don't know, it's just like it's like a great like stoner, like, the dude who like says shit that he probably shouldn't say, but like, he's so chill that it's like, fuck it, like, he's not gonna do anything. Like, it's very similar vibes to like, it's like a tame version of South Park, right? And it's just like, I don't know, just like fucking A, man, just like the songs on here, they just hit. It's just it's like the perfect amount of like trashy a little bit, and hey, I come from that too, so I get it, like the little bit of like the trailer park trash kind of vibes, smelling like beer and cigarettes. Like, this album, this is a beer and cigarettes album, and a little bit of piss, but in the best way possible. Like, it's comforting in that way, right? We got Scumfuck, Flower Boy. Interesting, right? How it's just referred to as Flower Boy now. Yeah, weird. But this one I actually got from Lollapalooza, 2018, I believe. I went to see Tyler. I've seen Tyler like 5 times. These last 2 albums kind of not doing it for me, I'm gonna be honest. But this album, obviously like changed a lot of stuff, right? Propelled Tyler into the mainstream and just like showed how good he could make songs and stuff, right? And this is just like a really sick cover. Like, it's like, I don't know, there's something about, like, it's kind of ugly, but it's kind of dope, right? And then you got the little bee on the back as well. I don't really listen to this album that much anymore, Maybe I should, just for like old time's sake, just give it one last listen through. Although I will say I still love Glitter for some reason. That song just really like stuck with me. I don't know. It just like pops in my mind every once in a while. I don't know. It's just really nice and authentic. But yeah, really cool little album, you know. Shout out to Tyler for, doing what he does. And it's kind of like a cassette tape, right? You see that? I don't know. Yeah. Flower Boy. Now, let's talk about my favorite Tyler album. You know it's my favorite because I got the box edition. Oh, what's up? And this one has the alternate art that we would start seeing more and more of within these last few years. But for me, this will probably always be my favorite Tyler album, just because it captures everything about him that I like fell in love with in the first place, right? Just like that, like raw, scrappy, like punk, almost kind of skater energy, right? Like I got into him from watching like Loiter Squad, because I would watch Adult Swim like constantly, right? I would watch Cartoon Network and then go into Adult Swim and then rinse and repeat. So Loiter Squad was on there, and Loiter Squad was like, Jackass, pretty much. It was like the Odd Future version of Jackass. So I was immensely in love with that. And when I saw Tyler's, like, they had like a clip of him performing Sandwiches, and I was like, oh shit, this is like awesome and like raw as hell, right? So I started getting into Odd Future, and then this album came out, and I would listen to it nonstop. Like this album, it's just magical, man. Like the very loose and strange concept that's going on between like Salem and whatever the main protagonist is, and like the Sams, and like they're all at like a camp, like all this weird shit going on in the background. Like it kind of doesn't make any sense, but it gives a lot of character and charm to the album, and it just reminds me of like being an angsty little teen, so I love that, and I respect that. So let's get into this box a little bit, because there's some goodies in here. There's some goodies. That's why I got it. This was also like, because when I was younger, I had like a whole thing of CDs, and then within the past few years, I kind of got back into it, right? Especially these last few years. But this was kind of like my first toe dip back into like having a CD collection, right? And I was like, well, I love this album. There's a deluxe box set. Like I wanna get that. That's so sick. So here we've got the little holder for it. And here's the CD, whoever the fuck this guy is supposed to be. Okay, lit. And we've got this little booklet with all the lyrics and little drawings, which is fantastic, right? This is exactly what I was talking. This is, exact same vibes as like flipping through Dookie, right? Like this is what this gives me, right? Little random shit. Peace sign with cats. So yeah, there was that too. And then this shit is so goofy. It's a goddamn mini calendar. Like why the fuck? But I mean, at least there's some great pictures in here, right? December, they got a little. Does he have a dick? Hell yeah. So we got a little gingerbread man right there. We got, I think this is like Tyler's room or whatever. Just like a fun little, I don't know. It's fun, man. Like it's fun. This is what I'm talking about. This is what it's all about, ladies and gents. And then the last little piece that we got here, we got this little poster of the alternate album cover, which is really cool. This is another one of those things where like I kind of want to hang it up, but I also kind of just want to keep it in the box. I don't know, but really cool. I mean, I feel like the OG Blue album cover will always stick with me, but this is a really beautiful alternate cover, and I would be like such a hypocrite and a liar if I did not say that, right? Because like it's just, I don't know, it's just beautiful. And it definitely does resemble the album a little bit more with the themes of like camp and stuff. But yeah, Tyler the Creator Wolf probably will be my favorite Tyler album forever and ever and ever and ever. All right, I'm reaching towards the bottom of the barrel now. And we got 808s, 808s and Heartbreak. With Kanye, it's always hard to, figure out which one is exactly my favorite. I feel like it's Yeezus and Graduation. And I couldn't tell you which one really takes the top spot. It always switches. But I think this is third. I mean, it's the only other Kanye solo album I got, right? But this album is just like so fascinating because it's so different. The emotions, it's so much more emotional. The production is just in such a different pocket. Like this is not really a rap album. This is a synth pop. Like this is like synth pop, right? Like this is so 80s synth pop. Like that's just the vibe, right? But yeah, just a great album. Great cover art. I mean, Streetlights is one of my favorite songs probably ever. I think that song is just so beautiful and poetic, and it just puts me in such a specific place and mindset. Like, I feel like I'm in a tuxedo after some show or ceremony or something in like the back of a taxi and an Uber going down Lakeshore Drive and just like, fuck, man. Just like, what the fuck is going on? Just like, I don't know. It's just so powerful in that way. And then Paranoid RoboCop, or the Love Lockdown Paranoid RoboCop track run is insane. Just like insane, back to back to back to back to back. And the Heartless music video, forever embedded in my mind. Forever. The rotoscoping on that, so good. Like it's like, that just takes me back to being like 6 years old and just like seeing it on the TV and being like, wow, this is so pretty. This is so pretty, It's just so good. So goddamn good. Love this. All right. Now we got Graduation, which is probably a lot of people's favorite too. Definitely, like I said, one of my favorites. One of the best album arts like ever. Also, the bonus tracks, it's not on this one, but for my real Kanye heads out there, there's bonus tracks on the Japanese version of Graduation, and it's Good Night with Mos Def, and then Bittersweet Poetry with John Mayer. And I have both of those songs downloaded onto my phone, and they're just like great B-sides, like you can tell that they weren't like finished enough to like go on the album and stuff. But if you want just like a little bit more taste of like Graduation, that's it right there. And I really, 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 really want to get the Japanese version so bad. But, haven't been to Japan. And then I think on Discogs, a Japanese copy is like $30 or something. So I don't know. It's just not a priority yet, but it will be soon. And this album, just classics. Like every single song on here is a classic. Also, more great art. Shout out to Takashi Murakami. I mean, everybody knows how great he is now. Like, I don't have to go into it. Man, it's just so dope, right? Fuck. Like, look at this. Could you not, like they should have made this like an anime or something, right? Like they should have made this a show. Like this is so rich, so good. Of course, there's nothing with the track list on it. But anyways, you know, like what the songs are. They're like some of the biggest songs. Flashing Lights, fantastic song. Another one of the greatest songs, you know, especially, you know, yeah, just one of the best songs ever. Like just literally here, I'm going to look at it too, but pull up the track list of Graduation and just look at how many songs were radio hits. Good Morning, radio hit. Stronger, radio hit. Good Life, radio hit. And I'm not even saying like Flashing Lights, radio hit. Like these are huge songs. And that's half of the track list. Like the only person who's doing this is like Katy Perry with Teenage Dream. Like that album has so many great songs on it. Like so many hit songs, my bad. And great songs, but hit songs. So it's just like, you know, this album is just perfect. It's such an interesting pocket of hip hop because it's like I don't really know how to define it because it's like very synth heavy, very kind of electronic based, but it's still very hip hop, right? Like it's not like a Gold Link type of thing, right? You know, it's not like super housey. It's just like you take one house element or something and drop it in there, and then the rest of it is hip hop. It's just, I don't know. It's just a really specific like pocket of hip hop that no one's ever quite replicated, you know? I don't know how you describe it, but yeah, Graduation, classic. What can I say? All right. Jesus. This album, fantastic. Some of the best production Kanye's ever done, right? Just so aggressive and raw and just like fuck you. Just like this is a fuck you album. Like so many times I've just been pissed off at like fucking everything. I just play this and blast it like super damn loud. It's just like, you know, like instead of punching holes in a wall, this is what I'm doing as I'm listening to this, right? Just Blood on the Leaves, fucking the song with Frank Ocean, god damn it, New Slaves. The ending of New Slaves with Frank Ocean vocals, that's peak music. Like it doesn't get better than that. Like I'm literally getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it. Like that is beautiful, so good. And it's so like minimalist, but the sound is so full and just like in your face. And also the lyrics on this, like I know people dog on it because like the lyrics, you know, they're not super deep or anything, but I think that really adds to it. Just like, yeah, like they are really shitty, like not like, it's not cool shit to say, but Kanye's being a douchebag. Like this is a douchebag album. Like it's a fuck you album. So when he says, you know, some fucking out of pocket shit, like eating Asian pussy all I need is sweet and sour sauce, it fits the character of this album. Like I would never say that outside from quoting him, you know, that's a wild ass bar, right? But it fits the abrasive fuck you energy of this album. And that's man, it's just like punk. It's punk. It's like electronic punk energy, right? And it's just so fucking good. Like so goddamn good. White Blood Cells by the White Stripes. This is a fun one because I bought this when me and my girlfriend went to Milwaukee. We were in Milwaukee for like a day, and I think this was like the morning we were leaving. I was like, let's stop in the record shop. So it's Lilliput Records. Shout out to them. They have like a stage too, so that's kind of cool. It'd be cool to revisit. But yeah, White Blood Cells by the White Stripes. White Stripes, so goated. Jack White, you know, great guy. Great. I'm saying that like I fucking know him. But he's a great musician. That's what I'm trying to say, right? And this has my two favorite White Stripes songs on here ever, Hotel Yorba and We're Gonna Be Friends. You know, We're Gonna Be Friends opening up Napoleon Dynamite. That's just like peak to me. And it's funny because Hotel Yorba and We're Gonna Be Friends, it's just like Jack White and an acoustic guitar. What did I say? Just make a good song with an acoustic guitar and some nice vocals, and I'm sold. Because those are my two favorite White Stripes songs, and it's just him with an acoustic guitar and vocals. There might be drumming in there, but it's nothing, it's nothing crazy, right? But yeah, just fucking great songs. And it just reminds me, this is so cool. I never looked at the back of this. I mean, I don't know if you can really tell on here, but it's all like pixelated and it's just like white and then the red. Yeah, just great. Great album. Great. Fell in love with a girl. One of the greatest like music videos ever with the Legos. So sick. Like so sick. We need more Lego music videos. Why is no one doing that? Like that was like, fuck man. It's just like something about the albums from the 2000s is just like, they just like did it, right? Like there's no like White Blood Cells is the name of this album, and it's not like they're talking about like science shit and cells, the whole time, right? It's just because that's the name of the fucking album. Like this is White Blood Cells, the album by the White Stripes. So yeah, they don't need to constrict themselves to some fucking like strict theming, they can make a Lego music video because why not? They can make a song about a hotel because why not? Because it's their album and they can do whatever they want, which is, it's something I need to just like remember sometimes, because sometimes, it's hard for me to make an album or conceptualize something that isn't like, this neatly wrapped like, oh, here's the idea, right? Or even I feel like some musicians are like that too, where it's like, here's this music video and we're strictly going for like this aesthetic, right? Like this is a Y2K aesthetic we're going for, right? And it can't just be like, this is the album with influence from Y2K, but also a little bit of a twist here. Like we have a claymation music video or something. I don't know, like it's just like, I don't know. It's just like people restrict themselves so much. They're like, this art has to fill the specific theme, and that's not what it's about. That's not what these albums are about, So I don't know. Yeah. We got Watch the Throne by Kanye West and Jay-Z. Two of the greatest rappers ever. This album, crazy. This is actually like one of the last Kanye albums that I like listened to, and this is an album that played a lot in the record store because we had a clean version. We could only listen to clean music, so we had a clean version of this. So I've heard it probably more times than I wanted to, but it's still good. Like Otis, one of the craziest sample flips probably like ever. Like that is an insane sample flip. Another good example of a song with a sample, and then, a song that I'd listen to by itself, the Otis Redding song. What is it? Try a Little Tenderness. Yeah. So it's like that song's good on its own, and it's great in the Kanye Jay-Z song, right? So I don't know. It's just like great to watch two of the greatest rappers at the time, right? They're putting in work, right? All right, hey, this is the last album. It is Your Arms Are My Cocoon, which is a how to describe this? It's like a lo-fi screamo. Yeah, lo-fi screamo, I guess. That's kind of the vibe. The drum sounds are very electronic, I'm not trying to hide that. And the guitars are very like math rocky, kind of emo, more emo than math rocky, my bad. And yeah, it's just got like the super long ass song titles, on the back. Also, may I say, one of the greatest band names / titles ever, Your Arms Are My Cocoon. Like, I'm pissed off that I didn't think of that first. Like, that is absolutely genius. And I'm pretty sure they're even from Chicago, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, really fantastic album that if you like, emo stuff, you like lo-fi stuff, you like stuff that sounds a little off, you should listen to this. And I especially love this is another really short project too. I think this one has like two bonus tracks at the bottom there. But Illinois slash Alberta, that's probably my favorite song. I mean, the two songs after that too, but Illinois slash Alberta is great. There's like a Game Grump sample on there, and it's just like a perfect, like, I don't know, you wanna listen to some sad music, you wanna get your sad feelings out, listen to this. It's sad, a little angsty, great cover art, lo-fi. Yeah, I don't know, it's just good, just a good ass short little album, and they're great performers too. We did it. That is all of the CDs in my collection currently at the moment. So yeah, thanks for sticking through if you stuck through. And I hope you enjoyed me rambling about some random shit. Bye-bye.